The theories and ideas shared in this episode are based on publicly available information and are for the purpose of creative thought and entertainment. The topics we discuss are our own opinions and purely speculative. Our aim is to explore claims made by prominent individuals, verify them best as we can, and discuss their potential reality. We're just two regular dudes who are fascinated by this phenomena. Enjoy the conversation. Welcome back to the Rusty Saucer Podcast. So today we are going to investigate Representative Tim Burchett and his comments, his most recent comments about the upcoming UFO hearing part 2. So we had one last year and we're having another one this year. It is happening this week. It will be happening on Wednesday. I hope to post this video by Tuesday. So this will be posted the day prior to the actual hearing itself. And for those of you who have been here a little while and you're like, hey, where's Andrew at? Andrew is still out. He is trying to get his work schedule figured out. He plans on coming back. He's excited to get back. But until then, I will be covering for Andrew and be pushing out more content related to this fascinating topic. So before we get started on this video, please take some time, if you would, to like the video, subscribe to our channel. We are an independent channel. We have to take time out of our day outside of our full-time jobs to make these videos and make this content. And that's not complaining about doing this. We love it. It's fun. It's a very interesting topic. But it does take time, and it makes us feel good whenever other people are subscribing to the channel, they're commenting down below, and they're following us on our other platforms like X, Spotify. And if you're already watching this on Spotify, follow us on YouTube too. It really does help us, and it pushes our content out there. It's really cool talking about this stuff, and we're really excited to grow this channel. With that being said, we're going to hop into this Tim Burchett clip. But before we get into the clip, I like to give a summary of who we're about to see a clip of, just so that viewers know, who they're going to be watching and why it is that we selected this clip and why this clip is of any type of importance, why it's credible, why it would not be credible, whatever it is. So anyway, I'm just going to dive into it. So Tim Burchett is a representative in the U.S. Congress. He's serving at Tennessee's 2nd Congressional District, and he's been there since 2019. Born on August 25th, 1964 in Knoxville, Tennessee, he has a background in education with a degree from the University of Tennessee. Before his congressional role, Burchett was the mayor of Knox County from 2010 to 2018 and served in the Tennessee General Assembly, both in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Burchett is known for his straightforward and often unconventional approach to politics. He has been involved in various legislative efforts, including those related to Veterans Affairs, border security, and government accountability. Recently, he has gained attention for his advocacy on the topic of unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, which is the government's word for UFO, or the military's word for UFO, pushing for greater transparency and investigation into the matter. So this didn't really say that, but Representative Burchett is a Republican. We try not to get political on here, but this is something that Congress is starting to take this topic very seriously. You have both Republicans and Democrats talking about this topic. In the clip, he does kind of make he pokes at the Democrats in one of his comments. Again, we are not, advocating for Democrats or Republican. We are just showing the clip because it is related to UFOs. You make your own judgment about, stuff like that about Republicans, Democrats, and all that. But I just wanted to put that out there before I played this clip. And just a heads up before I start the clip, I'm going to be typing notes on the side as talking points for after the clip. So if you kind of see me kind of looking down, moving around, it's probably because I'm trying to get my notes in order. I'm listening along as well. But yeah, that's it looks like that, I'm focusing on other stuff. It's just to make sure that I've got on point notes for the discussion afterwards. So let's get this started.
There is a UAP hearing this week on the 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
What can we expect? Well,
Nancy Mace is going to chair it, and she's got no filter. She's a buddy of mine. And I love the fact that she's going to be pulling the deal on this. I'd asked her, I would hope that she would be able to do that. I'm too much of a lightning rod, oddly enough. But I think you're going to get some more information. But the truth is, it's never going to come to an end until we have an executive in the White House who trusts the American public with that information. And I believe Donald Trump is that person. I believe he's for disclosure. In my conversations with him and the people around him, I believe that will come to pass. We're talking about the Kennedy assassinations, things like that happened. I'm 60 years old. I have hearing aids now. I'm falling apart. But Kennedy was assassinated before I was born, ma'am. There is nobody alive in those dadgum reports. And they wanted to set up a commission that was identical to the Kennedy committee, and they fed that to all the UFO, UAP community. Oh, we need that. We need that. Schumer was pushing it. That should have been suspect right off the top. Right off the top. Look, Trump gets it. He trusts the American public. He loves this country. He wants us to have this information, and I believe we will get it.
So yeah, any viewers who identify as being Democrat, just ignore that comment that he was talking about Chuck Schumer. I know Chuck Schumer, he's a good guy. Well, I don't know him personally, but I know who he is and his relation to this topic. He has done a lot for the UFO topic. But as you can tell, whenever things start getting into politics, both sides are going to kind of point fingers and make fun of the other side. But overall, it's good to see that both sides are taking it seriously. Again, Chuck Schumer, a Democrat, has been pushing this legislation for UFOs, UAPs for a little while now. He's sent it through the Senate twice. And yeah, Nancy Mace, she's going to be leading the hearing. In the last hearing, she asked one of the biggest questions to David Grush, which was, were there bodies that were recovered, and were they human or non-human? And he answered that biologics had been recovered and they came back as non-human. So interesting that she's going to be kind of leading things again, or she's going to be leading this hearing after, having one of the biggest questions and answers of last year's hearing. The other point that he brought up was Donald Trump releasing the rest of the JFK files and some UFO files as well to the public. That's really interesting that this is starting to happen, or that more and more whispers of this are coming out. If you follow X, there are a lot of posts about UFOs on there. Check out our X account. We repost a lot of the UFO content and try to keep everything up to date. But yeah, there's a lot of whispers around Trump coming into the office and releasing a lot of UFO information. Joe Rogan had gotten an interview with Donald Trump, and as a lot of people know, Joe Rogan is big into the UFO topic as well, and maybe he's been pushing Trump to also release some stuff about UFOs. So it's really interesting. We'll have to just wait and see what happens, but if Trump does release the UFO stuff and some of the JFK files, it will be an interesting reaction time to how the public is going to respond to this. Are they going to respond shocked? Are they going to respond, we already knew this? Or is it going to be I I don't really care. Let's move on. Because honestly, in this topic, there are a number of people that are just like, I don't really care either way. Let's just focus on our own problems. And, I guess we'll just kind of have to see. I'm sure that there will be a group of people that are just like, oh my gosh, aliens or non-human intelligence, it's real. And for me, it's like, well, that could change everything we know about history. How long have they been intervening with history? Are they, what type of evidence is the U.S. government going to release to the people about what has been going on, what data that has been collected, and what evidence that they found for a non-human intelligence? And at this point, there has been so much talk about it being non-human. Like I mentioned, David Grush's big testimony, being part of the UAP task force and saying that he had documentation that unfortunately is classified and you have to be at a certain level to even review that documentation. But all sorts of things saying that, hey, like, I work in a role where this is my responsibility to find these things and to investigate these things. And we found countless evidence that this stuff is real and it's been going on. And in a previous video with Carl Nell that we did, same thing. So it'll be really interesting that somebody at the presidential level could potentially release this information and put the presidential stamp, if you will, on it of this stuff is real, and we have evidence of a non-human intelligence. But we'll just have to wait and see. I will be trying to post this video on Tuesday before the actual hearing itself, which is on Wednesday, I believe. So, and then after that is posted and that all happens, we're going to try to do a video recapping the second hearing as well. With that being said, everybody who got this far, thank you so much. It means a lot to a small independent channel like this to get more views, to get likes on the video, to get new subscribers, and comment down below too if you're new here and you want to keep watching our content and seeing what we're posting. Again, our X channel, if you're on Twitter, also known as X, or I guess now called X, we post a lot on there. We try to interact with people on X. That's just, it's a cool platform to find a lot of information on this topic. If you are watching on Spotify, please come to YouTube and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube and you also use Spotify, it'd be awesome if you could go and follow us on Spotify. So any kind of support that you guys give to following, liking, commenting, it is so much, it is really, really appreciated. And yeah, we're excited to keep pushing out content and excited to get Andrew back on here. But until then, I will be holding down this fort, and the Rusty Saucer will still be pushing out new content. And with that being said, the Rusty Saucer podcast is out.